No, I just get thick like a toddler.
Baby body.
Hell yeah.
Wait, what are you trying to... You want me to fix this, or you want to...
Fix that.
Show me your best nunchuck. Nunchakuru.
Welcome back, everybody, to an episode of The Careful Boys. Well, we got Ron Scolesdang.
Champ.
Ron Scolesdang.
What's the official title?
The WCK World Title, Muay Thai World.
The WCK World Title Champion of the World! That's a lot of letters. Yeah. That's a lot of names. What comes before, I don't know.
Yeah.
At 140 pounds! Wear the blue shorts!
Maybe 145, 147. We're gonna find out tonight.
Go! Oh, hopefully.
Yeah, my promoter mess. I don't mind. Actually, when he calls me tonight, I'm actually gonna ask for a bigger fighter. That's gonna be easier for my life.
Hell yeah.
From 168 to what?
You don't have to cut as much?
Yeah, I'd rather fight a bigger dude so I don't have to cut as much weight. It's different. My body recovers different. Wait, we have a different topic to talk about.
Yeah, no more weight talk.
You know,
Let's talk about
you're the
stuff.
guest, man. You're the man.
Okay, you could talk about that.
Oh, here, you asked this question right here.
Yeah, ask the question.
Should kids living at their parents' house past 18 have to pay rent? How should rules change?
That's this guy right here.
I live with my parents.
We just had a conversation about that.
He's 39 years old and still living with his parents.
Yeah.
So let's pull up a picture of Ken.
And he doesn't pay rent.
Well, you guys already know how I feel about it, so...
Yeah, I would feel great too.
I think it's cultural too as well. I think in American culture, you're supposed to get kicked out when you're 18. In Asian culture, you get criticized for
Dude, my mom invited me back.
For Asian culture, you don't pay rent, but your parents don't either. When they retire, now you own the house and they live inside yours.
It's a cycle. You stay in the family forever.
Back and forth.
But also in Asian culture, it's like, you don't have to leave, and it's like, no, just stay at home, just stay at home. You don't have to pay rent. But also like, when I'm old and senile, you have to take care of me. I'm going in your home. You can't push me off to like a nursing home or something like that.
Yeah, but I also don't want them to go into a nursing home because, you know, they could be treated...
So you gonna wipe their ass?
Fuck it.
Alright.
Some nursing homes are dope though.
Yeah.
Some.
For sure.
Not all. But if
I want mine to go to a nursing home.
let's say we all get
Can we do
old.
that soon, actually?
Let's say we all get old, right? Would I rather be at home being caretaken, or would I rather be in like a nursing home with all of my friends, and we all just play checkers and pretend we don't know what's going on?
And you're just mobbing in the cafeteria.
Dude, that's pretty fun.
No, but then like if you're at a nursing home, but you're bedridden,
Oh yeah. That's.
Oh, that sucks. That sucks.
Yeah, but
I'd rather be at home.
you're bedridden in the nursing home, but you can somehow get LSD slipped to you.
Oh.
With your friends in the same room.
Oh, put on some music? Dude. I don't know, it depends.
Do they have like movie nights?
Rave music.
Yeah, at the nursing home.
yeah. Sometimes though, you go to like a bar, like some after party in Chinatown, and all of a sudden you see Asian aunts and uncles like on ecstasy, and you're like, how the fuck did they get in here? It happens.
Why do they have IVs on walkers in scrubs? They escaped.
Dang.
Okay, so you said you'd rather your mom go to the nursing home.
I thought the topic was 18-year-old children paying rent or something.
Yeah, but then the only child here who's staying at home is just like, yeah, dude, I don't want to.
And I'm 39.
I lived at home until I was 32, 33.
But that's Asian culture though. Like,
Well,
they don't-
technically, I moved out when I was in my early 20s. I came back because I was like, this is just a better situation.
And then your parents welcomed you back and didn't.
They wanted me. They were the ones that wanted me to move back.
My parents asked me to come back all the time.
Hey,
Yeah,
in Vietnamese,
yeah.
so in Vietnamese culture, right? Like, is it not normal to move out even if you get married? Like, everyone just goes to this, keeps living, growing the same house.
You can make the house bigger, yeah.
So do your parents try to buy the house and then you guys take it over?
So our house was a single story, and it was like 3 bedrooms. It's an 8-bedroom house now.
Wow. That's pretty sick, though.
Tight.
And so they built it for this to happen, but then my sister and I didn't want to live at home at some point, and then now we're just renting out the rooms.
I think it depends on the parents. Like, if they want you to pay rent, I'm down to pay rent, you know. But if they're
There's hybrid now, right?
yeah, and if the kids don't want to live there, then they would move out. Because for me, I moved out because I didn't want to live there, and then when I came back, I was like, you know what? Things are a lot different now. Everybody kind of like grew from the old family ways where people aren't arguing as much. I'm like, it's pretty sick. Like,
Yeah, it's hella sick.
Yeah.
There's a new thing now where there's young kids that are like, you know, being little knuckleheads and keep getting in trouble, and the parents are always welcoming them back home. It's like, it's okay, you tried your thing, you messed up in a bad spot, come back home, we'll take care of you. And it's a repeating cycle. But the issue is now they're 30, now they're 35, now they're 40, now they're 45, now they're 50. And it's a nonstop cycle. It's the coddling.
Anything. Yeah. It's when they don't do anything with that extra money they're saving.
Yeah, they're just blowing.
I think it also depends. Like, I mean, there's a million variables. But like for me, in my situation, my parents have like a really small condo, so like it would be impossible for even just me, not let alone my wife, like to like move home and like feel any version of comfort, even if I wasn't paying rent at all. Because literally to even like walk from one spot to the next, I'm like bypassing both parents in something, you know, or like just like needing to make sure that the stairs still creak. So if I come home late and it's just like everybody's sleeping.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's just a different living environment. I think if they had like a bigger house where
It's different.
yeah, like the community spot felt like people could go in and out, but you weren't imposing on somebody else's stuff.
Yeah, definitely comfort level matters for sure.
But like if you're like let's say there's daughters, right? They leave the family because it's usually the guys that stay in the same house, right?
So stereotypically, everybody stays in the house, same house. And as you get married, you just make the house bigger, or everybody moves to a bigger house.
So wait, you have a sister, right? So like let's say
Mob together.
traditionally you have your Vietnamese parents and then the kids, the siblings, they bring their spouses to the house. But what about if this house wants to do the same thing? Which house do they go to?
Well, okay, in an actual like Vietnamese tradition too, though, like when you get married, there's, and again, I'm not saying people follow this, but there's like the Vietnamese tea ceremony and the traditions there. Like the groom is supposed to like also caravan over with like his family over to the house, do some like little games and stuff in order to like be welcomed in, do the whole tea ceremony, because the concept is you're going to like the daughter's house to kind of like swoop her up to take her back to like your home type stuff.
The guy takes the
So the guy
stays at the house.
the girl moves to the guy's house, the guy's family.
Okay.
And the girl leaves her family behind.
Yeah.
Good. I could for my experience, I feel like if my mom didn't let us in the beginning, I don't know if JK would have blew up that fast. So originally, so my mom, she bought a house and she's always been into like renting and stuff. And I had the GI Bill, so I moved out and she's like, just give me the GI Bill money as rent. So I was paying rent technically in college. But then when I graduated, the GI Bill stopped, and that's when we started JK. And this is back when AdSense didn't make much money, we didn't have much views. And my mom was like, oh, you know what, just move back to that same house and then you don't have to pay rent. And then because of that, I was able to just move the whole living room, turn the whole living room into like the JK office. So we actually had a place to work and be creative and stuff. And for like 2 years, it was like the office with like interns, people coming through, us filming. And that really, like pretty much that like Asian, you scratch my back, I scratch your back, that really, really helped out. Versus if we bought our own studio or got our own studio, that'd be crazy.
I relate to that so hard right now because without my parents, I wouldn't have started a business. So
Same. Like
then-
like for me, I was working at a gym all day from like 6 a.m. to like 10 p.m. at night. So I just would go home and sleep pretty much. And my mom would just, she was like, don't worry about it. Just, and
I relate in a different way. If it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't start my business because I was like, dang, I cannot live like you guys. I better hustle hard.
yeah, for real.
Damn.
I need to get the fuck out of this situation.
What up, guys? Come join our Patreon because there's hundreds of videos dating back to 2019.
Support the channel's growth and new ideas.
And tap into the closer community by joining our Discord.
Come chat with me inside, and then you can say funny things to me.
And get the opportunity to suggest new video ideas. Come join our Patreon. Thank you.
Link is in the description box below.
I was spoiled. I mean, shoot, I didn't have to cook, I didn't have to clean, I didn't do my bed, I didn't do nothing. I just woke up, did my thing, came home, and it was back to normal.
Yeah.
Like, it was like magically reset.
We're living a
service.
good life, bro.
It was freaking great. The only reason why I moved out is because my wife was like, hey, we need to do our own family. I'm like, dang it.
Are you gonna reset the bed the way my mom does?
The bed's undone right now.
Did you have full on turnover service?
Oh, dude, it was amazing. Every time I opened my drawer, socks filled and folded. I'm like, even my hand wraps were rolled. Dude, my grandma just do, because our whole family lived. It was me, my sister, my mom, my dad, my grandparents, and then uncles.
You cleaned your shin guards.
Yeah, they smell pristine. Smells like eucalyptus oil.
If I had like a family home big enough, I would love to have experienced something like that. That honestly does sound dope to have such a large family community.
Dude, you can provide that. That should be the motivation.
It does come with its challenges, right? There's
sure.
no privacy, right? There's an open door policy.
Big enough.
Yeah.
There is privacy again.
Oh yeah. For our lives, we had a one story that we converted into an eight home. So we didn't build up, we built out. We used backyard space and added rooms, but it ended up looking like a Motel 6.
I had the complete opposite. My parents moved out and I had to stay in the house.
You stay here, we're out of here.
Leave.
Stuck here.
No shit. Like my dad actually bounced so when I was 14, but my mom when I was about 21 or 22, I started making some solid money because I had an eBay business plus I was working like a regular 9 to 5. And then my grandma started getting dementia, so she's like, is it cool if I go to Japan and take care of her? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And it was supposed to be temporary, but she probably used that excuse like a guy like asked like when the dad goes to get milk and he never comes back.
She went to go get milk.
No, but she
I'm gonna go get
moved over
sushi.
there.
I'll be back.
And obviously her like condition got worse and worse, and they didn't want to put her in a home, so she just started living there. So I was like on my own from 22.
Did you have to cover that rent the whole time? I didn't even think about that. Holy
Well, that's why I moved into your dad's. Remember?
Oh, yeah,
'Cause
yeah,
you're
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
oh, you forgot that you're the one that offered it to me.
I remember, no, but I forgot why. Now I understood. I didn't understand the numbers part of it. Oh.
Yeah, because you're like, oh, you're paying all that. And I was like, yeah, well, I don't want to move into a stranger's place. And then his dad rented rooms out of his house. And he goes, oh, you could just live with me. And then, you know, he didn't even charge me like for the first 2 months or some shit like that. Like he helped me, you know. So in a way, Bart's parents helped me out too, because he gave me like, you know, like a nice little lead time to catch up on bills, to like, you know, I had like debt from college that I was gonna pay back and all this shit. And so like, yeah, I moved into his apartment. I mean, his room. I was paying like $400 or something like that a month. It was not bad.
So freaking awesome.
And I went from like paying like $1,000 something, living on my own. I didn't need a 2-bedroom apartment. Yeah. But then after that, it was just, I had to figure out how to do it. There's no, I don't have a backup plan at all because my parents won't do anything, so.
Yeah. Dude, I
From
remember
21, 22, yeah.
I remember the first time I washed my own dishes as an adult.
Wait, what age? What age?
Do I do with the dishwasher, cool. Well, that's when I discovered dishwashing soap is not for the dishwasher. And so I put it in there, freaking foam party city. Oh shit. Freaking everywhere. And I had a roommate at the time. My roommate's pissed. He's like, dude, what's wrong with you? I'm like, why would you put dishwashing soap in the dishwasher? I was like, why wouldn't you? I'm like, look.
It's called dishwashing.
Yeah, I was like, what the fudge? Whoever makes dishwashing fluid.
I remember discovering washing dishes in college, and then I was like, only disposable plates from now on.
You guys weren't forced to wash dishes as kids?
Not like daily. It wasn't like now it's like every single thing you do. Because before, if there's already a stack of dishes, you just add a dish in there, and it became like a community thing. But now it's like every little, you use one spoon just for like a peanut butter, you gotta wash like every single. I'm like, fuck that! I ain't washing shit. Everything's disposable.
It adds up, dude. It adds up. Like 1 hour, I look, one spoon, I come back, it was like 8 spoons.
Bro,
I'm like,
yeah.
Did you have 8 meals? Like, no, I took 8 bites of one ice cream. I'm like, what the fudge? I'm like, freaking use the same spoon. Lick it clean. I
My
don't
life is washing dishes now. Like that's half of it. Because I cook so much at home, so I'm constantly cleaning.
And we do half and half. Like when my parents get lazy, we'll bust out the paper, plastic plates or whatever, and then sometimes we'll do the dishes. So we have both.
I have the paper plates, but they run out fast. So when they do, it's like dish time. I'm like, fudge. Now I gotta use the real silverware.
I started saving it where it was like, now I know some things you could only just use a paper towel. If I'm reheating a pizza, I just put the pizza on a paper towel and I don't even waste the fucking plate.
Paper towels.
But you waste the paper?
If you know you're gonna heat up more pizzas, reuse the same paper towel.
So I got the oil in it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I sometimes when I wash my hands, like I would reuse paper towels too. I would like wet it, dry it, just pat dry it, and I would leave it there for the next time so I could use it again. Yeah. Because it's just water.
Did your parents teach you any skills though? No, like I'm like, Because I feel like I was, but I didn't pay attention. And then later, when my mom bounced, I was like, oh, fuck. Because when we were living together, she still did a lot of the stuff. And then, like, she's like, all right, cleaning time. And I would half-ass clean. But then we would take different parts of the house, right? And then afterwards, I had to do everything on my own. It was a fucking mess, dude. Like, I didn't know how to do anything right.
Then when did you learn about taxes?
I never really did.
You're like dealing with that right now.
I'm still learning about that. There's so much shit to learn about it.
Dude, I knew people that grew up into their mid-20s didn't know they had to file taxes because their parents never told them how. Or nobody ever told them. It was just...
So bad. Dude, they levy your accounts and everything. It's so scary. So freaking scary.
My dad taught me how to iron, and then I didn't know that, like, I mean, it's common sense if you think about it, that if you leave the iron on something, it's gonna burn it. But you just think since it's steam, you don't know. So I remember, like, I was ironing, and I had to, like, oh, should I have to go do something? And I was like, what the fuck was that smell? And it was like, and my fucking pants had, like, a burn mark on it. He's like, no, you gotta leave it like this. I was like, oh, fuck, no one told me that shit.
Ironing is still kind of hard.
Hell yeah.
There's like a technique to it. Yeah.
Or like steaming clothes. I'm like, man, I'm fucking getting my shirt all wet.
I still have problems tying a tie.
Oh, bro.
Oh, my dad taught me that.
For a while, I would have somebody tie it, and I would just reuse the same tie. And just try to loosen it and tighten it. Yeah.
It's all fucked up after a while.
It's so awkward to tie it. My dad taught me to use my knee, put it around your knee, and tie it like as if you were tying it for someone. And then you put it on yourself and then tighten it.
Dude, that's kind of good.
Well, now there's different ties that you can tie, knots, depending on the message you want to send out.
What do you mean, like
Power.
happy day, sad day?
Yeah.
So
So,
different
I didn't know there was
thicknesses of
more
ties
ties.
have different knots.
The power knot, dude.
dude, it's confusing.
Double Windsor.
Billion, dude. And then you have to like do like crazy like finger configurations to get the tie through, and then you gotta loop your finger around, and then
Ant's got that in the bag. He's been doing that for years.
so many. it's like-
Nowadays, you just YouTube which one.
Oh,
but even then, I search all of them. They're kind of hard to follow.
yeah.
The YouTube, especially for the advanced.
I just know the OG, like,
Yeah, the normal
full,
one.
know how to
double
tie a,
Windsor or full Windsor or whatever.
I know how to tie a bow tie, like a real one.
Wow.
You don't just use a clip-on?
No, I know how to tie a real bow tie.
There's shirts that
I had
have
to
it
get
sewed on.
good at that for like a little bit because I was like, yo, I want to like be good at bow ties and like wear them to stuff. This is like, you remember when when you're younger, you go to the club and you go to the club in like a suit.
Yeah.
Oh.
And now like, or not now, but like when you got older and went to the club, you're like, nah, dude, I'm gonna wear like jeans.
Why don't you just get the bow tie that's like a collar?
Yeah, I use that too.
Then you don't have to tie a bow.
Well, sometimes like tuxedo style, like you want to wear a tie that you can tie.
Because it's supposed to be like
It's a little bit bigger. It's a little bit like clear. Yeah.
But what about a clip-on? Isn't it the same thing?
Same, but they don't make them as cool.
It's
Also, when you want to be sexy at the end of the night at a wedding or something, you untie and you like let it
culture,
hang.
yeah.
Is that sexy? Damn, for you it is.
You know, it's like you can drive like a Ford Focus or you can drive a Ford GT. You know, they both do the same thing, but one sets a different type of culture.
Ford Focus, baby.
Ford Focus.
Reliable. Not really, actually.
Mazda Miata.
I'll do a vintage clip-on then.
Oh, that's different.
Vintage Ford Focus.
Oh, it doesn't run.